Space Punks is an online sci-fi isometric shooter ARPG. The game is developed by Flying Wild Hog and published by Jagex Partners. The game is currently in early access and available for purchase via the Epic Store. There are two early access packs available right now, the Swag Pack and the Splendor Pack. Now, even though Space Punks is currently only available for Windows, Jagex has said that there is a planned release for console players in 2022. Now, more about Space Punks' gameplay and experience. Space Punks is heavily loot focused, which is what you would expect from an online ARPG. Expect sandbox mission runs to clear mobs, loot chests, solve puzzles, and of course a final objective at the end. We'll start with game controls. While mouse and keyboard WASD is good to get you running, the game recommends using a gamepad, a controller. Game controls was superb on the controller, simply because they've adopted a format that the scene is already familiar with. Currently, Space Punks offers 4 different characters to choose from. You pick a misfit to start and unlock the rest as you go. Each one has their own unique set of skills. Your misfit can then be further developed through equipments, modifications, and talents. Have a look at each of their skills and pick one that you think you would enjoy. Regardless of the misfit, the talent tree is the same for all. The tree is split into 3 categories: Soldier's Path, Scavenger's Path, and Survivor's Path. From what we have seen, Soldier's Path is geared towards building damage output, Scavenger's Path is geared to building stamina and versatility, Survivor's Path is geared to building endurance, which is pretty obvious for tanks. In Space Punks, the weapons, items, and modifications are essential to your character's growth and playstyle. There is no equipment restrictions, which means that you can choose a weapon suitable to your style and progress towards it. We have seen weapons ranging from pistols, revolvers, shotguns, assault rifles, Gatling guns, and even laser guns. There is a good range of melee weapons as well, like the hammers, swords, and double daggers. Currently, these are the weapons that we have seen in-game. The developers have promised to develop even more, so do expect this aspect of the game to be a core focus of progression. There's also a shop where you can purchase weapons. Weapons in Gear Store appeared by RNG, meaning to say you can buy epic and even legendary weapons from there. One of us even snagged up at least 2 legendaries, while the best that I've ever seen has only been epic. Pure RNG. Crafting is also an element in the game that should open up the player's option of build customization. We have not attempted it yet due to the lack of materials, but just so you know, we're working towards it. So do look out for the next few videos where I'm pretty sure we will cover more about crafting. Let's talk about missions. In other games, you will pick a level and do your runs. Space Punks, however, takes an approach that you would expect from a sci-fi. Missions that are put up and rotated as time passes, or so it seems. So far we have come across these missions: campaign missions, time-limited missions, and other missions that reward you with weapons, resources, items, and etc. You can adjust the difficulty level to gain more bonus items. Since we are on the topic of missions, let's talk about Fame Road. Fame Road is a progression model that unlocks elements of the game as you gain fame. Fame is accumulated through missions and tasks. As you progress down Fame Road, you will unlock campaign missions too. My only opinion of this model is that it takes too long to introduce elements to the players, which I'll talk more about it later. So, those were the few key elements of Space Punks. If you play the game right now, you will probably face some issues here and there, which we have come across too, but overcoming those, otherwise, we had a great deal of fun. The developers have plans to expand the content further, and I believe that this will be a game that we'll stick to for quite some time. Now let's talk about what are the things that I like about the game, and also what are the things that I feel can be improved. So here are the things that we feel is what's good about this game. The graphics is superbly beautiful. It is like a blend of Diablo and Borderlands, and voila, you have space punks. The character growth mechanics is different, unlike other games where you would research on a particular build and work towards it. This game, however, you pick a style that you like and then you build towards it. The progression system in this game is simple enough that players simply need to focus on equipment and then the blend of talents. The Discord community of space punks is pretty awesome. Other than the fact that moderators and developers are pretty active on Discord, the Discord community has a set of channels that allows people to look for groups. This way, if you're playing alone, you don't have to worry about running the entire instance yourself. You can invite friends and make friends from all over the world. And last but not least, one of my favorites, which is the simple combat mechanics. With the mechanics being more simple than the other ARPGs, players of any skill level can quickly pick up the game and just get right into the action. Now, with the game being in early access, it is actually quite common and understandable for issues to occur. However, when we were playing this game, we feel that all those issues, yeah, it can be annoying, but it's not really game breaking. So I feel that the developers have done a really solid job on this early access release. So because of this, we will ignore the fact that the game is still a bit unstable and focus on those areas where we feel can be improved to enhance the player's experience. So first off, I feel that the developers should include a tutorial to guide users on the user interface. The guys and I, we had a bit of difficulty navigating our way around the user interface, and that's coming from seasoned players who came from ARPG background. So I cannot imagine if new players trying the game and be clueless which button does what and how do they access certain menu or actions. Secondly, I feel that the game can improve the way it introduces the story. Currently, you access all the story and details from the campaign, which is unlocked via the fame road. Now, I don't think that's the best way to introduce your game, so I feel that there could be a better way to do this, and perhaps it is already something that they are already working on and they'll probably release it nearer to the launch date. So I don't know, let's see. Last but not least, and certainly very importantly, I think that the fame road progression can be further improved, because the guys and I, we feel that the fame road progression kind of slows down the rate at which the players can experience more contents of the game. Like, the game has so much to offer, but we didn't realize it until 1.5 hours or 2 hours into the game. Now, for a player to actually last for 1.5 hours to 2 hours, I think not a lot of them has patience. We probably have to cater to players who are new to ARPG. So yeah, I feel that Jagex should really improve the frame rate progression model. Perhaps they could shorten the frame rate requirement for the first few part of the game, and then perhaps towards the end, that's where they can build towards an end game content. So that wraps up our Space Punks intro. My final verdict is that this game is really worth a shot. I don't think it costs much, and for what you're paying, I believe that your money is worth it. Like I said, the ARPG in this game is a bit unique from what we typically see at the mainstream level. So right now, I'm just gonna let the video run and showcase the gameplay that me and Jess Vendes, aka Jess Someone, we are showcasing the boss fight for the first planet, and we feel that it was challenging but not too difficult that I think new players won't be able to complete it. So enjoy! Oh, hey, this guy thick, bro. This guy thick. Okay, now we finally got some real boss. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Be careful of the mines. No. Oh. Pat, lay the turret. What? Oh yeah. I think not a lot of people will play healer lah.
Like, imagine someone who wants to play support.
What's that shield? Why you got shield? But this is the first fight that I have to focus for this game. No man.
The landmine last morning sia.
It hurts, eh?
They need to have some delay for revive.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Too fast.
I thought got delay, you know. Then that's why I went to freeze before I revive.
He's chasing me around.
Oh, he also can detonate his mic. Check. They managed to nerf. They maybe update on the fly. Maybe it's the developer watching our stream.
Yeah, putting Josh.
Oh yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah man. Good stuff.
Wow, this one not bad eh.
Yeah, more fun than what we've been doing.
Finally a boss eh. So we can play the real gun eh.
Yeah man. Hey, my ricochet shotgun got